Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch.
Yes, I have the major headline. So we know that the federal government had been investigating the global cryptocurrency firm Binance, and they had issued an arrest warrant, which they had, taken one of their executives, Nadeem Anjarwalla, into custody. However, he was, kept in, according to some speculators, said he was kept in a guest house, and he had security officials, soldiers, guarding him. But yesterday, the International Criminal Police, as the federal government had contacted the International Criminal Police Organization and issued an arrest warrant for the apprehension of, Mr. Nadeem Anjarwalla, who had escaped custody from where he was kept. And they said he went away with his Kenyan passport. When the Nigerian authorities had arrested him, they took his British passport. So he's, a multinational, what do they call them? And he didn't present the Kenyan passport. So they didn't know how he got his Kenyan passport in custody and then escaped. And one of the ways he escaped was they had to take him to prayers, in the spirit of Ramadan. And from there, he just found his way out. And so, the federal government is speaking to the British government as we speak, and they're also liaising with the Kenyan authorities. There's a warrant issued, and also they had gone ahead to arrest the security officials who were supposed to be guarding him, quizzing them and asking how he was able to escape where he was. Now, people are speculating that why didn't they put him in one of the correctional custody prison facilities? Why did they have to take him to a special guest house and then put people there? Those people too are human beings. Anything can happen, and they would be, but we hope that the investigations will reveal how he escaped the country, and in those countries, wherever he had found himself, they would find a way to fish him out. Okay, I can answer to the Nigerian government.
He went through the airport too. He went through an airline.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Did he use a different name?
No, he used his Kenyan passport.
Because we go online, when you are going to travel out, they put it, the immigration, if they've already flagged this person,
even he wouldn't be able to. It was not.
It wasn't clear.
You are supposed to, that kind of thing, you are supposed to have put alerts.
Yes, now, that's what I'm saying now.
All airports, borders, you didn't do that.
But maybe they failed because they had his British passport.
So those kind of people have more than one. Of course. As he probably has American passport somewhere as well.
That we don't know,
Okay, the federal government said that they would not hesitate to make anyone answer for comments they believe to be provocative or reckless, as in nobody is above the law. This was said by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris. He was saying this yesterday to journalists, and especially after the kidnapped 287 people were returned. It was specifically concerning Sheikh Gumi, who they said he had actually warned against Tinubu repeating the mistake made by his immediate predecessor, Muhammad Buhari, who refused to negotiate with Bandi, because he was saying that the president should negotiate and he can send him to help dialogue with the abductors. Of course, he didn't get a response to that. So the minister was saying that if his remarks show he's bordering on national security issues, they would not fail to arrest him if they need to, because nobody's above the law, and they're going to do everything they need to ensure they get the right information to defeat the war on terror, to defeat the terrorists and bandits that we have in our society. Okay, moving on now to Daily Sun. FFG goes tough on Gumi amid death of school staff. PDP tackles OT over repeal of governor's duties and deputies' pension law. How Binance boss fled with smuggled passports, says answer. NG asks government to fix insecurity, demands release of abducted editor. Government secures 150 billion yen agric loan. Headsmen kill 6 farmers in Nasara community. NEF strikes more terrorists, hideouts in Lake Chad and kills scores. Lassa fever kills 23 in Ebonyi. Okay, story.
The Nigerian Air Force have bombed the Lake Chad, some terrorists in the Lake Chad area with an operation called Operation Hadin Kai. They bombarded the terrorists and they've killed scores of them. They said the airstrikes, they continue to decimate the terrorists and their hideouts. And the intelligence had confirmed that there was activation of terrorism in the area, clusters of structures concealed or near the location. Anyway, this is their continued war against terror, and they have bombed some of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have, said about 23 persons have reportedly died from Lassa fever in Ebonyi State this year. The State Disease Surveillance and Notification Officer, Urugu Samson, said the state had recorded 45 confirmed cases of the virus with 23 deaths, leaving a case fatality rate of 51.1%. They also said 5 health workers were infected by the virus, but only 1 died. 2 pregnant women were infected by the disease. It says 7 out of 13 local government areas in the state were hotspots for the disease, and that Abakaliki local government alone recorded 21 cases with 12 deaths. They also talked about the higher cases last year with less deaths, but now there are lower cases this year and we're having more deaths. And the current situation since the outbreak is now about 45 confirmed cases. So we all need to be careful. It's just more about data on some of the states and local governments that we need to pay more attention to curb the Lassa fever disease. All
right, so the PDP Abia State chapter have tackled Governor Alex Oti for repealing the governor's and deputies' pension law. According to the party, Oti has resorted to populism to draw undeserved attention to himself. According to the statement by the vice chairman of the party in Abia State, he said that Governor Oti to have said that he repealed the law which he had never obeyed since he assumed office is quite funny. He says since the news made its debut, all former governors through their spokesman have said that they have never received any pension from OT. Said it beats our understanding why a governor who has not paid pension to his predecessors would quickly rush to repeal the law, if not to massage his little ego and portray himself as a patron when he is not. He said the Abia's PDP had reason to believe that Oti was using his office to pursue personal vendetta against the former governor, as shown in the singular act, which the party has not added any value to the Abia treasury. So he was saying, okay, the money you have saved, have you used it to benefit the lives of others in the state? Have you paid the pensioners who are also asking for their own money? So they just said it's looking for popular opinion, which
popular votes,
popularity, populist views. You want everybody to support and like you. Okay, let's move on quickly to Vanguard. Okay, are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
Looks like menopause.
Oh, room is hot.
Looks like menopause.
No, the studio is hot.
No, it's not.
No AC.
It's menopause.
They are killing us.
We're not hot. We are okay. It's menopause. Vanguard, let's move on. NSA launches global.
You are going to start going through menopause very shortly.
Don't mind her.
NSA,
we are here.
NSA,
We are here.
NSA launches manhunt as Binance official is custody. Let displaced villagers return home. Niger Delta leaders tell Tinubu. LP convention to go ahead amid Abure and LLC fight. NGE expresses concern over growing insecurity. How Nigeria saved 300 billion naira on second Niger bridge bypass design, says Umahi. Gumi quizzed over comments on kidnappings. Faye, Senegal's opposition candidate wins presidency. Okay, which story?
So our Minister for Works, David Umahi, said that Nigeria saved a whole lot of money, 300 billion, on just altering the design. So this particular project is the second Niger bridge bypass design. The design was already approved and all of that, but when he went on the inspection, he looked at it again and said he should alter something because he felt it was defective based on his consultation with professionals that he was working with. And he said that by altering that design and getting a better structure in place, they were able to save 300 billion by that singular move on that singular location. He now reiterated the commitment of the president to leaving a legacy of durable road infrastructure and that he has been given the authority to do all he can to ensure that that is the necessary infrastructural deficit is covered. He also mentioned that they have he went on this inspection with a committee of the Senate Committee on Works and the Deputy Chief Whip of the 10th Assembly, and they were talking about all the other development they were going to do. He urged the contractors that they should focus on the work and do it fast within the time frame allotted. And they also said that they should ensure that it doesn't make things difficult for passers-by, because whenever the construction is going on, we understand everybody in the environment will suffer while construction is going on. He's saying they should please ensure that they do not make it, they should create a passable path for people that already ply that area, and they will not accept anything less than a 2 to 3 section working. This is handled by CC in CC. We're hoping to see a quality road from the Niger Bridge bypass.
A lot of excitement in Senegal as the opposition candidate Bassirou Diomaye Faye was yesterday set to become the youngest president in Senegal's history after
in Africa,
possibly in Africa, 44 years old.
Wow.
His rival conceded the race, triggering a political earthquake in West African nation. His 44-year-old was the only freed from prison 10 days before Sunday's election, whose results were not yet official at the time. It is the first time in 12 presidential votes since the independence that they've had an opposition candidate win these elections. The main opposition, the main opponent actually was Amadou Ba, 62, recognized Faye's win and ranked him to concede and congratulate him. The outgoing president, Macky Sall, who did not stand after the wins in 2012 and 2019, also congratulated Faye. So it's exciting news for young people, especially across Africa. This is a young man who...
I just hope he will do well.
He has to.
Yeah, there's a lot on his shoulders. He must do well to show that
he's
young
not
people can
doing for himself. He's doing for every young aspirant
yes,
in
so
the entire
Africa.
continent.
Presenting us, yeah.
So
Because if he does well, it will ginger the rest of us.
across Africa.
So
That
young
it's time
people
for young
can
people to go. Okay, let's see how much time we have left.
No time.
Okay, let's just take... We don't have any more time. Tribune, Knox trail escape of Binance escape. Knox they want to find
They've not knocked any knock.
They've not knocked anything yet. Nigerians are still waiting. Okay, Bauchi stampede, 3 more women die. No ransom paid for Kaduna school children, released, federal government has said. And impeachment, Edo CJ constitutes panel to probe deputy governor. Okay, that's all we can take on front page review this morning. When we come back, on to our hot topic of today. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.